Alright, on today's video, we are going to be doing the review on the Tisas Zigana PX-9 Gen 1. Now, this gun is clear, no mag, nothing in the chamber. Now, the PX-9 Gen 1 has been out for quite a while. This is made by Tisas. It's imported in by SDS Imports. And I do believe the PX-9 is now on the Gen 3. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, why are we doing a review on the Gen 1 version of the PX-9? Well, there's a couple reasons for that. Jason that works with me, this is his gun. He brought it over and asked me if I wanted to do a review. I took a look at this gun and I thought it was pretty cool. So that's one reason why I want to do a review on it. And two, this gun is actually kind of special, and we're going to talk about that here in a little while. What actually makes this gun different than all the other PX-9 Gen 1s? Now, real quick, I want to show you, this is the case that the PX-9 comes in. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to grab a couple things out of here. It does come with a mag loader, and it does come with two 15 round mags. It does have an extra set of back straps. Now I'm going to show you the inside of the box here. So obviously this is where the gun goes, your mag and the mag loader, your extra mag. You also have a cleaning rod and brush up here. And if you see this spot right here, I do not have it with me, but this gun actually comes with a holster, which is pretty cool because we're going to talk a little bit about price later on in the video. All right, let's head out to the range. We'll fire some rounds with our PX-9 Gen 1. Then we're going to come back to the other bench and we're going to go over some specs, take a close-up look at the gun, and go over some of the features. This gun is clear, no mag, nothing in the chamber. Now, at the beginning of the video, I told you guys that there was something special about this PX-9 Gen 1, and I want to talk about that now. Now, when I first picked this pistol up from Jason, I was having a hard time figuring out why there were a couple things on this pistol that weren't showing up on any of the other Gen 1s. So I started doing my research and I stumbled on a YouTube channel called Old English Outfitters, I do believe it's called. And I finally found what was different about this pistol versus the other Gen 1s. Now, if you look right here on the slide, there is a crest on here, and that is for the Philippine National Police. Now, I don't have any idea how many of these pistols were made for the Philippine National Police, but this is one of those guns that got imported in to the U.S. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now, I want to talk about what is different from the other Gen 1s versus this Philippine police model, and that's going to be the sights. So on your regular Gen 1, you are going to have a front sight And I do believe it is like a fiber optic front sight. Now this one has a front night sight, and on your regular Gen 1 you're going to have a set of blacked out rears. And as you can see here, this has night sights in the back. That was one of the big things that was different with this model versus the regular Gen 1s. Now the next thing is just speculation on my part, but I've done a lot of research on this gun, and a lot of the people were saying in the reviews that the trigger on this was pulling between 7 and 7.5 pounds, and that is not the case with this one. Now this actually has a really nice trigger in it. It's not one of the best, but it's good. But there's your take-up. Now that take-up is very smooth. There is no mushiness, no grit, no grinding, anything. Right there is your wall, and you get a really nice clean break. And the reset on it, little long, but not a bad reset at all. Now I do have the trigger pull gauge here, and I pulled this trigger a few times earlier before I started filming. And I'm getting a 5.5 pound break on the trigger. So it's actually a really nice trigger, but I do not know if it has an enhanced trigger in it due to the fact that it is the Philippine police model or not. But not a bad trigger at all. So we're going to talk about some specs on this. So this is a single action lock breech pistol. You look in the back here, it does have a striker indicator. You fire and it does turn black. It does come with a 4-inch barrel, and this thing does have a little bit of weight to it. It weighs in at 27 ounces. Now we talked a little bit about how this resembles the Springfield XD, and it will fit the Springfield XD holsters. But one really cool thing about this, it does not have the grip safety. But speaking of the grip, it lacks. It looks like it has some texture here, but it is really smooth. I don't much care for the back or the front here. This definitely needs some more aggressive stippling. It's a little too smooth for my taste. Now we talked about how it comes with two 15-round mags. I did want to show you these mags. Got your plastic base plate. The mag is all steel. I can't find any names on it, so not sure who makes the magazines. Got your black follower, but obviously these are very reliable magazines. And speaking of magazines, if you own a SIG P226, you can use the magazines from it with this pistol. And if you're having a hard time finding magazines for the gun, P226 mags are pretty easy to find. Now, the last few things we're going to talk about, this does have an accessory rail out on the front. It is fairly short, so you are probably going to have to use a pretty small compact light. I have not tried to put any lights on it, but you do have an accessory rail. You do have an ambi mag release. This can be switched over to the other side. You do have your takedown lever just like on a Springfield. Lock it back, flip it down, let it go, and take the slide off of the frame. The other nice thing on this, it does have an ambi safety. If you like ambi safeties, it's very easy to hit with my thumb. Very easy to work the safety if you are into safeties on a pistol. And keep in mind, this does not have any kind of trigger safety or dingus in it. This is your only safety. All right, let's head back out to the range and run some more rounds through our PX-9. right, this gun is clear, no mag, nothing in the chamber. My final thoughts on the PX-9 Gen 1. Definitely not one of my favorite guns I've reviewed on the channel. I definitely do not shoot this gun very well at all. And you could definitely tell that there towards the end when I was shooting the 10-shot groups. I could not put groups together very well with this gun at all. Now, this gun does have a lot of pros to it. One of the biggest pros, obviously, is this gun ran 100% reliably. We didn't have any issues with factory ammo or my reloads. It actually has a pretty good trigger in it. I actually really enjoy the trigger in this gun. And even though it's not fully ambi, it does have an ambi safety on it, and the magazine release is reversible, so I do like that, being a left-handed shooter. Wished it had an ambi slide lock slide release on it. The other big pro to this is that it uses Springfield holsters, and there are a lot of holster companies that make holsters for the Springfield XD. And the biggest pro to this gun is the price. You're getting two 15-round mags, you're getting the case, you're getting a holster, the cleaning kit, you're getting all of that for under 300 beans, which is pretty hard to beat, especially when this gun runs as reliably as it does. Now let's talk about the cons with the PX-9 Gen 1, and my biggest con on this gun is the stippling or lack of. This gun just does not feel good in my hand. There is literally no texture here. It looks like texture, but there's really nothing here. It is just super smooth. I don't really care for the back or the front on the grip. Yeah, that would probably be my biggest con. Now, to its credit, even with my big hands, I can get a full purchase on the frame, which I really like. But yeah, this gun could have definitely used some more aggressive stippling on it, that's for sure. My second con, and this is a con with a lot of guns I review on the channel, is just the fact it does not have an ambi slide lock slide release. But none of my Gen 3 Glock clones have them, or quite a few other guns that I have. So really not a knock on the gun. It's just when you're a left-handed shooter, you like to see that. And obviously, my third con is going to be just the fact that it is not optics ready. I don't know if you can get the slide milled on this gun to put an optic on it, or if you would even want to. But nowadays, there are a lot of guns out there in 2024 that are in this price range, and they are optics ready. But at the time when this gun came out, optics ready was not as big of a thing as it is now. So really, that's not a knock on this gun either. But it's not probably a gun I would buy because, like I said, there are other guns in this price range with the option of being optics ready. So with that being said, do I recommend this gun? I actually do recommend it due to the fact it ran 100% reliably. There's no doubt in my mind that this gun will not continue to run 100% reliably. And for the price point, it's pretty hard to beat. And let's face it, there are still quite a few people out there that do not like optics on a pistol. And a gun like this might be a great choice for that person. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.